This is it. If the fire starts from here, I have to stop it now.
I'm telling you, there are elements within the protest who are actively threatening the school.
We need a credible threat. Online posts don't count. If something happens, we'll respond to it then.
When it's too late, I know your response times. You're basically telling us to fend for ourselves.
Hey, isn't that what Caledon always wanted? Your students can put all of their defund the police theories into practice. Good luck.
Noelle and I have had our differences, but she's probably my best bet for stopping this fire.
Have you learned anything about the protest that could head off the threat?
No. I've been interviewing the leaders. Joey, the bartender, was highly belligerent. Lucas referred me to his podcast. The rest just shouted slogans at me.
I should do the rounds, see what I can find out. I guess people are steering clear of this place today, with the protest looming. I'm sure someone here can give me a lead. Maybe someone lost a can of gasoline and matches. If only we were that lucky. Maybe one of the ringleaders I've been talking to will know something. Maybe someone lost a can of gasoline and matches. If only we were that lucky. If something has to burn today, I vote for this painting. I'm sure someone here can give me a lead. Not cool, man. What did grilled cheese ever do to you? Maybe one of the ringleaders I've been talking to will know something. sure someone here can give me a lead. Maybe one of the ringleaders I've been talking to will know something. These protesters do make it look fun, aside from the whole burning down the school thing. Hey, Professor.
Here to snark at the tides of change?
You know, I've snarked at so many things before, but that would be a first.
I hope you and Max pay attention today. You might just learn something.
Hey, when you were at Caledon, did you hear anything about someone dying at an Abraxas party?
No. Now will you please leave?
Come on. I know you want to get rid of me now, but you're gonna miss our banter when it's over.
Not likely.
There's concern about violence breaking out. Maybe someone trying to set a fire.
Ah, yes, the powers that be, raising some vague specter of violence to stifle dissent. It's the oldest trick in the book.
You ever disagree with someone so hard, you end up coming all the way back around to agreeing with them?
It's called horseshoe theory. I encourage you to go read about it in one of the many books that are not here.
Bye, Professor.
So long.
No more secret meetings or private message boards. The protest is fully out in the open. What kind of bar are you running here, anyway?
It's hardly my bar anymore. Belongs to the angry throng. Bring together Lakeport and Caledon, she said. Create a space for coexistence and learning. Ugh. You can see how that turned out.
Honestly, I think it turned out pretty well. This protest would have happened with or without you. At least you gave them an alternative to screaming at each other and flame posting.
Thanks. I actually feel minutely better now. Anything I can help with?
So, Max has this, I don't know, feeling about what will happen today.
Oh?
She says there will be this fire on campus. I know it sounds kind of hard to believe,
I
but
believe it.
you do?
I'm not super into the new wavy stuff, but whether it's a third eye or a sixth sense or whatever else you want to say, Max has it. I take anything that girl has to say seriously. That is when I'm lucky enough to see her ass these days. Thanks for the tip.
You got it. What's your plan? Are you going to campus?
As much as I love watching dudes walk and chant slogans, I will remain here, serving up cold glasses of everyone calm the fuck down.
What if some violence breaks out?
Hopefully the police will be on top of it. Although, I very much doubt it. They like to leave Caledon to its own fate. So, I guess if the shit really goes sideways, I'll lock the doors and try to stop the idiots from burning my bar down.
Who do you think wants the protest to turn violent?
I hate to say it, but Joey's gone straight off the deep end. It's sad. I don't want to say he's capable of violence, but I don't know anymore.
What about Lucas? Or Ren?
I don't know. Lucas seems like all talk and no action, and Ren's my guy. He helps me mop up around here, and we talk music. He's a sweet kid. He just needs to keep better company.
Stay safe today.
You too, Chloe.
I can talk to more people, or check back with Noelle when I'm ready. Amanda is definitely focused on more important things than mopping up right now. Nothing like an angry arts and crafts project.
All right, this is for Lakeport. So glad all you guys turned out. We're gonna make a huge difference here, all right? Let's get ready to go.
Yeah, all right.
You ready to rock and roll?
Most of us. Some got cold feet at the last minute.
Fuck those pussies. Today is about action.
Damn right. I wish Ren in there had the same attitude. That's what happens before a battle, though. People show you who they really are. Glad you're one of the good ones.
I'd like to give you a good one between the ass cheeks. With my boot. I can talk to more people, or check back with Noelle when I'm ready. There might be more to glean around here.
What's happening?
Stay safe today.
You too, Chloe.
I know who is planning on turning violent today.
You do?
It's Joey. He's an extremist pretending to be an activist. He's out for blood.
Okay. I will alert the security team and keep a close eye on him. Thanks.
Not sure if there's anything else I can do. Hopefully Max finds something.
It's a quiet Sunday morning. For now. Vin.
Shh. They're really going at it in there.
They told me you were a snake in the grass. I should have listened.
Stop being so dramatic. You knew what kind of risk you were taking. You go and muck up the whole thing, and suddenly it's my fault?
Vincit omnia veritas. Truth conquers all, you'll see.
Now you're boring me in 2 languages. I'm leaving.
Don't bother. This office will be yours soon enough.
Well, that was worth the price of admission.
Damn it. I knew it was you.
If you say so.
What are you doing here? And no more games. Please. Wait. Yasmin? Oh my god. Yasmin was in Abraxas. She was there on the night when that kid died.
What do you know about him?
He was a Lakeport local who snuck into the party, then got way too high and killed himself. There was a cover-up. I had no idea your mom was involved.
I'm impressed. Of course, when it comes to cover-ups, you should always assume that my mom is involved. That's how I got tipped off to all this. Seeing how she was talking to you, how confident she was that she had Owen wrapped around her finger. I knew she was up to something. The Abraxas house, the demolition, the cover-up. She was right there behind him, letting him be the face of it all. She steered his ass straight from poster boy to fall guy. That fire you saw? Guaranteed she was behind it too.
I know this must be so hard for you. I'm so sorry you have to deal with more of her lies.
You think I'd be used to it by now, wouldn't you?
Let's confront her with the evidence. We can hold her accountable for the cover-up and whatever else she's planning.
Not interested. I have a better offer. Let's leave. Right now, let's pack up the car and get the fuck out of here. We can be in New York by sundown. From there, who knows? Yes, you can bring the girl too. We can link back up with her band. Reconnect with Diamond, hit the mountains, head west. We can find your town. The one that magically reappeared from the dust of the earth.
Safi.
We could head straight there and get you some of that sweet, sweet closure you've always wanted.
Safi, I don't know where you're coming from. You ignore me for months. Then you're on campus hiding from me. And now you want us to run off together? Look, Caledon is my home now. I don't want to abandon it.
You promised me, Max. You said when I came back that you would be there for me. Well, I'm calling it in. I know shit between us has gotten weird, but it's still me. You're my best friend. And if you still care about me at all, you need to trust me. This is why I'm here. I thought it was because I needed your help, but I was wrong. We need each other. You, me, Chloe. Maybe even Moses. Who knows? Your power called us together from afar, like some kind of beacon or...
Or a lighthouse?
Exactly. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
I do. It's so we could start over together, be free of this fucking place, the way it was always meant to be.
No, Safi, I'm sorry. I do care about you. right now, I have a job to do. There are people who could die today if I don't help them. Don't you understand? That should be enough for you.
I should be enough for you. Please, I'll be good. I won't shapeshift. I won't lie. Just please. I don't want to be alone.
Sophie.
Fine. Enjoy playing the hero. Just don't act surprised when you make everything worse again.
Who is it? Maxine. Hello. Are you here for Owen? He's just stepped out.
No. I'm here for you, actually.
I see. I was just indulging in a bit of nostalgia. Intoxicating, but deadly in high doses. Please.
Let's see what Yasmin has been hiding. We could sit in silence, or I could jump right in and talk to Yasmin. I bet even the world's greatest scientists would... Talking to Yasmin is hard enough as it is. Getting her to tell me the truth about Abraxas and Owen has my hands shaking.
So, this is a rare treat. What would you like to discuss?
I just saw Sophie. She told me some disturbing things about you.
Sophia is here? So you did lie to me earlier?
Yes, but...
If I cannot trust you, then I'm afraid there is no reason for us to speak. This conversation is over, Maxine.
Yasmin isn't a monster. But what is her motivation?
So, this is a rare treat. What would you like to discuss?
I saw Owen running out of here. He seemed very upset.
I'm sorry you saw that. As you know, Owen and I don't see eye to eye. Unfortunately, this has become very personal between us. But to call me a snake after all that I've done for him? Well, I always try to keep my cool, no matter how upset I am.
Haven't you been a snake? Lying and backstabbing everyone?
I see your sense of reality is just as twisted as his. How sad. This conversation is over. So, this is a rare treat. What would you like to discuss?
I know about the body in the Abraxas house. And I know you've been trying to cover it up. But I also know that you're not a snake. I might not agree with all of your decisions, but I would like to understand.
Understand, she says? How could I make you understand something that remains a mystery to me?
I know it was an accident, and you were just a kid.
And somehow, even then, I was the only adult in the room. Everyone else was on drugs, barely functioning. I was barely in Abraxas then. Not even a senior member. But someone had to act so that all of our lives weren't ruined forever. I wish I were never there. I sometimes think that night was a poison that has infected the rest of my life.
Why did you hide the body in the basement? And why keep all the evidence?
The evidence was supposed to protect us from each other. I remember the term mutually assured destruction used. Over the years, the evidence took on a kind of mythology within Abraxas, even as its meaning became lost. A succession of students came and went, nobody guessing at the secret. Foolishly, I too began to feel as though the demon in the basement had lost its power. Over me, over Caledon. How wrong I was.
The only demon is you, not that innocent kid who died at your party.
You may castigate me all you want, Maxine. What's done is done.
Too pushy, Max. I'll...
So, this is a rare treat. What would you like to discuss?
I know about the body in the Abraxas house. And I know you've been trying to cover it up. But I also know that you're not a snake. I might not agree with all of your decisions, But I would like to understand.
Understand, she says? How could I make you understand something that remains a mystery to me?
I know it was an accident, and you were just a kid.
And somehow, even then, I was the only adult in the room. Everyone else was on drugs, barely functioning. I was barely in Abraxas then. Not even a senior member. But someone had to act so that all of our lives weren't ruined forever. I wish I were never there. I sometimes think that night was a poison that has infected the rest of my life.
Why did you hide the body in the basement? And why keep all the evidence?
The evidence was supposed to protect us from each other. I remember the term mutually assured destruction used. Over the years, the evidence took on a kind of mythology within Abraxas, even as its meaning became lost. A succession of students came and went, nobody guessing at the secret. Foolishly, I too began to feel as though the demon in the basement had lost its power. Over me, over Caledon. How wrong I was.
Did Owen know about the evidence? Or anyone else?
I never told anyone, and Owen never saw beyond his own flimsy scheme. I suppose those close to me may have picked up on my peculiar wariness regarding Abraxas, but I don't know.
I was there last night, at the Maybon party. Did you send someone with a sledgehammer to destroy the evidence?
What? That's crazy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe you didn't know about the sledgehammer, but I still think you were connected somehow.
Don't you see that my guilt is suffocating enough without your spurious connections, Maxine?
Yasmin feels guilty about what happened. If she feels she can trust me with that guilt, I can get the whole story from her.
You may leave now.
Yasmin is the ultimate chess master. I wonder if I'll be able to get her to open up to me. I know Yasmin has more to share. Owen really ramped up his security after Sophie and I broke in here. Talking to Yasmin is hard enough as it is. Getting her to tell me that, whoa, that struck a nerve. But I might be able to use that to get on her good side.
You may leave now.
This is not...
So, this is a rare treat. What would you like to discuss?
I know about the body in the Abraxas house. And I know you've been trying to cover it up. I might not agree with all of your decisions, but I would like to understand. I know it was an accident, and you were just a kid.
And somehow, even then, I was the only adult in the room. Everyone else was on drugs, barely functioning. I was barely in Abraxas then. Not even a senior member. But someone had to act so that all of our lives weren't ruined forever. I wish I were never there. I sometimes think that night was a poison that has infected the rest of my life.
And that's why you were willing to risk Loretta's life to cover it up? Loretta came within seconds of dying in that basement. I know because I was there too. I know you have been drowning in guilt since then. That you feel suffocated. But I'm worried that the threat isn't over. I need you to tell me everything you know.
That poor child's death, decades ago? It was the crisis that taught me who I am. I am the one everyone turns to when there's a problem that must be solved. There have been more crises since. Some have propelled my career to new heights, and others have destroyed me. Owen Teller was another kind of crisis. A dull, ambitious man with all purpose and no sense. When he let me in on his plan to destroy the Abraxas house, I knew I must act. With one move, I could ruin Owen, rebuild my reputation from the Maya disaster, and finally put the threat in the basement away for good.
You were willing to cause so much damage just to cover your tracks?
No. It was his idea. He had the whole scheme worked out. He only needed me to take his hand and tell him it would all be okay. Then, I learned about Loretta. What I had nearly done. How my actions years ago lit the fuse that almost killed her. In an instant, I saw what I had become. Sloppy. Reckless. Not someone to be trusted in a crisis. I thanked God I had been given this lesson without any more suffering. But perhaps it wasn't a higher power I should have been thanking. I called Owen and told him I was out, and I am. I await the upcoming inspection to turn up the horrible evidence of my crime, and I will face up to it.
The body is gone now. I have the evidence, but it doesn't implicate you at all.
That is surprising. I suppose I should feel relieved, but I do not.
Right now, what I care about is stopping another catastrophe. Which will happen, unless you tell me the whole truth about the body.
I understand that you do not trust me. But if this crisis is truly coming, then you must go. And look for it elsewhere. Before it is too late. After my reputation is destroyed, at least one of my decisions will be viewed positively. Hiring you. Good luck, Max.
I won't find more here. Time to leave. Whether Yasmin told me the full truth or not, she definitely wasn't the one in the basement with the sledgehammer last night. Time is running out. I need to decide now. Who took the remains from the basement last night? Who will start a fire by trying to destroy them? A fire breaks out the same weekend when Safi returns acting hostile and erratic. I hate to admit it, but all signs point to her. Hi. I think I know who will start the fire today. I just hope I'm not too late.
Max has a suspect. I have a suspect. It'll be enough to stop the fire. It has to be.
Boy? Paradox stuff?
Paradox stuff. I can't stand this. When will we know if it worked?
How will we determine a fire didn't start today? Wait until midnight?
Ugh. I talked to Max. She thinks Safi is going to start the fire.
And you still think it's gonna be the bartender?
It could be either. Hell, maybe it's both.
You know, maybe I've been too fatalistic. Maybe it's not a question of how inevitable the fire is, but how to mitigate the damage using what we know. If someone had a telescope and the right vantage point, they could probably spot a fire as soon as it broke out.
Oh, yeah?
Since they know the fire might be coming, said someone's could take measures to protect themselves?
Oh, it's someone's now, is it? Where could we get the best view of campus?
The observatory. I'm not saying it's the safest plan, but we know the risks and can take precautions. Hypothetically, we'd be in no more danger than if we stayed here. That being said, Max shared some information about my whereabouts during the fire last time. Suffice it to say, she would not approve of this plan. I don't imagine you'd let me go by myself.
Not a fucking chance. Let's go.
We are Lakeport! We will not be silenced! Shake the ivory tower! Let your voices be heard! We will not be silenced!
Max, it's like a zombie movie. Do we run, or do we start shambling around and hope we blend in?
Have you seen Safi?
That grad student from last year? Is she back?
Never mind. Get out of here. It's not safe. No, no!
Run! Stop! No!
She'll be fine. She's got fucking superpowers. Of course she'll be fine. What if she's not? What if there's, I don't know, a stampede?
I sent out a mass email this morning with a copy of the school's fire escape plans. If something goes wrong, hopefully people remember where to go.
You know, if a fire does break out today, you're going to look like the prime suspect.
I know. Max has used her powers to help me before. Hopefully it won't come to that.
You see anything?
Maybe a blade of grass? Not sure. It's the wrong eyepiece. When I get stressed out, I can become a little scatterbrained, but I really thought I brought that other eyepiece up here, though.
Hey, my brain is always scattered. I'll search around.
Thanks.